Welcome to Loose Leash Walking with the Prong Collar. I've got a video of you of a dog's very first interaction with it. He was a leash puller, and it's his very first interaction with the Prong Collar. But before we turn the video on, I just want to go over a few quick things here. I don't like to start dogs on Prong Collars until they're somewhere between 16 and 20 weeks at a minimum. You don't want to put on a brand new puppy on them. You want them to have matured a little bit. Your dog should already be capable of being calm on a tie out. So if you're got a pup and you're tying it out and it's still in that stage where it hasn't accepted the control of a tie out yet, you don't want to put a prong collar on it, because it's going to give it added stimulation, and while it's still fighting, its instinct is going to be to fight harder, and you can train your dog to freak out against these things. Very good tool if used properly. I've used a prong collar to get somewhere between 50 and 100 dogs trained on a loose leash walking. I've only come across one dog in those amount of dogs that just flat wouldn't have anything to do with it. As soon as it put pressure on itself, it would go red. And I have a feeling that there was some past trauma. I don't know. The owners only came to 2 lessons at the kennel, and they didn't give me any details about it. So that's all I knew about that dog. So you want to do all of this training in a calm, distraction-free place. You don't want to take a dog out to a park if it's never been to a park, where you got kids running and yelling and balls going by and birds and smells in the grass and cars going by. That's going to overwhelm the dog. You want them to feel at peace where you're doing this. So nobody's home in the house, in your living room, that's a great place. If you got to do it outside in the neighborhood, do it in your driveway. Driveway is going to hold a lot less scent than your yard. The dog is going to want to be distracted. The more scent it has, the more opportunities it has to go investigate things it wants to go investigate. You want to set your dog up for success. So as a distraction-free place as possible. The brand, I like the Herm Springer. It's not a very expensive prong collar, but it's made well. The prongs are uniform. My fingers right here were a series of prongs. They're all bent like they should be. They're all in line with each other. You start getting into the horror stories you hear about prong collars whenever you get the crappy made ones, and one might not be right. So now all the pressure from that leash on your dog's neck is going to one tiny little point, and that's how you get them stabbing into dogs. Never had a problem with that with the Herm Springer. The bottom edges where it meets the dog, they're always rounded and polished. No sharp undie-bird edges with jagged metal on them to cut your dog or hurt your dog. A well-made prong collar is not going to hurt your dog. When you put them on your dog, they need to go tight up around the neck, at the base of the neck and the jaw. Shouldn't be able to slide them freely up and down the dog's neck. You don't want them biting in right away, but you don't want that collar to be able to move up and down on the dog's neck. That's a proper fit. You can get on the Herm website and see which size you need for your dog. When we do this, we're going to let the dog put the pressure on itself. We're not going to do hard jerks and pops like that. It's unnecessary. We're literally, if you put pressure, you're going to have the leash in your fingertips here. That's how you put pressure. Just an inch or so on the tips of your fingers. That's all you need. As soon as the dog stops and surrenders to the pressure, maybe sits down, you let go. As soon as if the dog goes to hit the end of your loose leash, you're putting pressure like that. You're constantly changing directions with the dog. You don't ever let the dog get direction. I walk a figure 8. By walking a figure 8, the dog always has to keep its focus on you and which way you're going to go, and it lets you turn into the dog as well as away from the dog. If you just walk circles, the dog's going to get used to you just walking away from it, not walking into it, and he's going to start daydreaming, start getting sense on things. So with that said, one more before we start the video. Start standing still. You'll see me do this in the video. We start from a still standing position. We don't want to just start walking right away. We want the dog, if he's a leash puller, he's going to try to walk on his own, and we want him to apply the pressure on himself from a standing position right away. Once we get him calm there, then we can start walking. Let's get to the video. Okay, y'all, so here is Spruce's introduction to a prong collar. He's not actually clipped on right now. I'm going to clip him on, and then I'm going to let him put all the pressure on himself. I'm not going to yank him around. He's used to going any way he wants. He's never had real control like that on a leash. He's tugged me around for days. Boom. So watch him hit the end of it. See how I'm just letting him hit the end and I'm holding pressure till he backs off? When he backs off, I take the pressure off. And he doesn't really like this. You can see there's some stressful head shakes. I don't know if you're gonna hear it in the video or not, but he's making some noises. He's fighting me a little bit, but I'm not tugging on him. I'm not yelling at him. I'm speaking very calm, very quietly. So he quit fighting it and he sat down. So I took the pressure off. Now I'm moving. So I'm leading the way we want to go. Anytime he changes direction, I don't give that direction to him. I change direction on him. There we go. See, he hit the end. A little bit of stress shakes there. I'm being real gentle, real calm. I'm not yelling. Okay, boom. He tried to take direction there. And you can see he's fighting it. He's shaking his head. He jumps around a little bit in the beginning. Because anytime he hits the end of that leash, anytime there's tension, there's pressure. So now I'm trying to lead. He tries to run away. So I turn around. I'm leading. Always leading. The figure 8 walk is a great walk. If you walk an 8, you constantly keep him adapting to you. So boom, he got out in front of me. I changed direction. He's starting to come to my side a little bit. That's better. Still a little bit of fighting. There you go. See that turnaround, that stop it. So he's standing there. There we go. When he tries to dart off, he's starting to follow. He tries to dart off. I change direction on him. He tries to dart off when he's where he wants to be. I let him put pressure on himself. I'm just picking up on the leash right there to not put too much pressure on him. He's a little bit of a softie, but he's also hard-headed. You can't strong arm the dogs when you're using these. You can put them right into a crazy fight mode and you'll never get out of it. But if you're gentle and let them put pressure on themselves when they're trying to lead and not where you want them to be, and then change direction on them, keep them following you, and then take the pressure off when they're supposed to be, and when they're at your side, walking with you, you reward them. Good, good, good. You're constantly praising the location. So I'm changing direction. This is just a few minutes. You know, we had a dog that was just a bear. I mean, it was an arm workout to go on a walk with him. And, you know, I'm 2 minutes and 40 seconds in right now. And I got a dog that's not fighting me much anymore at all. And there was no yelling in this. There was no hitting the dog. There was just gentle talk, letting dog put pressure on himself, changing direction on him, redirecting his focus back to me anytime he tried to take a lead change. So now I'm rewarding him good when he's where I want to be. And again, I'm not locking him down this first time to a specific location like heel, you know, head right on the knee. You know, that's heel. We're setting him up for heel, but in the beginning, we just don't want him leading. So a loose leash is all I'm after in the beginning. And as he gets a little more comfortable with this through our walks,
good boy.
You know, we can start shrinking down where that leash is loose. And you can see I kind of do it in the video. He's wanting to stay by my side where there's no pressure. See that little pop I gave him? Just a little bit of pressure when he tries to dart off and smell stuff. And we're getting a little more pushback. He still wants to be in control of where we're going. That's normal. Don't freak out on him. Don't get mad at him. Don't get anxious. Stay calm. Talk calm to him. No means no in whatever tone you use. You don't have to yell at him. You don't want to condition a dog to only respond whenever you yell at him. That's really annoying. A nice, calm, gentle no is all it takes. So here we go. I thought I was going to get a major freak out here. A lot of dogs do. But when I stopped there, he quit his meltdown. So he tried to take the lead again. So boom, direction change. Still getting a little pushback. You know, 4 minutes in now.
Good boy.
But he's doing a lot better than he was in the beginning.
Spruce, come on.
Change direction. My collar turned, so I need to fix that. You want the prongs on the bottom. Where your collar connects to your lead needs to be on the very back of his neck, centered.
Come on.
And that prong collar needs to fit tight, up high on his neck under his jaw. Excuse me. So there we have more direction change. A little bit of stress head shakes there. He's still not happy being controlled, but he's coming around, which is good.
Good.
Some dogs will give you a knuckle dragger fight right away. That's fine. You stand in one spot. You don't move.
Good.
Until they quit fighting, you don't move.
You. Good boy.
And you might only take a step or two in a lesson. That's fine. Spruce gave in pretty quick here.
Good boy.
We're 5 minutes in, and we got a dog that's walking loose on a leash pretty well. He's not fighting me for direction change much anymore. He's looking up at me, acknowledging me now. Every time I go to turn, he's looking for me.
Come on.
Boom.
I know.
So those are submissive lip licks we got right there. That's good. That's him giving in to
Come
the
on,
control.
meathead. No.
There was a little no when he tried to dart off. And again, I didn't get much pushback there. Now he's knows where I kind of expect him to be, and he's still trying to check the air currents. You know, he's a new dog.
Good boy.
He's
Good
learning.
boy.
So
Good.
we don't want to just go iron fist, lock them down. We're going to give them the length of the leash for a loose leash. As long as they're reacting to me, it's good. As long as they're walking my way and the leash is loose, no pressure. As soon as you feel the leash tighten up, you stop and you just you don't jerk on it. You just let them put the pressure on themselves. Slowly pull on it. Boom. Direction change. See, he don't like it, but he knows the game now. He's a smart dog.
Come on.
And that's pretty much it. I got a pretty compliant dog there. 6 minutes, 15 seconds in. The leash pulling is completely over.
Good boy.
Just a little bit of resistance to the pressure. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like being controlled. But he'll learn that, oh, okay, I have to listen to him on this thing. But when I'm unclipped, I can go hunt.
No. Come on.